Good evening and welcome back to the 6 p.m. show. Exam stress has been a common thing around Singapore, plaguing 30,000 students each year who are taking their big national exam. BBJC has recently rolled out a BOOMS initiative for mental health targeting stress. Reporting live from BBJC, let's take a look at how they are doing it. It's been 1 week since the end of the first round of the BOOMS initiative, and we have heard a lot of positive feedback from parents, teachers, and students. So, Mr. Lim, can you tell us more about how this initiative all came about?
Our school has been a huge advocate of mental health, and it pains us to see how our students are suffering while learning. Learning should be enjoyable or stress-free at the very least. That's why we rolled out a wellness survey to the whole school. Having surveyed 594 students, we discovered that our students spend some time doing a variety of activities, with the most time allotted to sleeping, gaming, and on social media. Comparatively, students indicating that they are not stressed spend a higher average time on leisure than those who are stressed. We derive leisure as the time spent with friends, family, hobbies, social media, and gaming. Conversely, students who indicated that they are stressed spend more time on academics, which includes schoolwork and tuition. We have selected the time spent on academics, sleep, and leisure to derive the criteria for our classification model. Hence, we believe that time spent on these categories will be critical to see how well our students are coping with their studies.
So, I understand that you guys have different levels of classification for your initiative. Ms. Nadia, can you tell me how would you classify your students into the 3 different priority levels?
For the BOOMS initiative, we prioritize studies-related stress. Hence, the most important factor to look at will be the time spent on academics. So the average amount of time spent is 10 hours, and if students are spending more time on schoolwork than their peers, it could mean that they are struggling with their studies. Furthermore, if they are involved in tuition, they could also be subjected to the expectations of improving their grades, thus further contributing to their stress levels. We also realize that sleep is another important factor to determine students' well-being and their normal daily functioning. Lack of sleep results in an increase in students' vulnerability to mental illness, as well as decreased ability to perform. As for leisure time, studies have shown that allocating more time to leisure alleviates stress levels, and those who spend less time doing things away from schoolwork are assumed to have less of an outlet to alleviate their school-related stress. Although the average time spent on leisure is 15 hours per week, research suggests that an average of 18 hours per week of leisure time is sufficient to reduce stress. Thus, we use this as the benchmark for our classification model. Therefore, this is what our classification model looks like. Based on our model, we have 101 students in high priority, 151 in medium priority, and 342 in the low priority.
Thank you, Ms. Nadia. In order to find out how effective this initiative really is, I will now go and interview some students on the spot. So, Elliot, can you tell me how do you benefit from this program?
So I initially put that I was stressed because all my friends put that they are stressed also. So I thought that this program actually wasn't meant for me. But I actually realized that I didn't prioritize my time properly and even slept 4 hours a day as well. Normally, I'm also less attentive in class, and I had to spend extra time on my work after school, even though my friends are already outside playing, which sucks. Well, BOOMS has made me realize that I can actually better manage my schedule and to reduce the amount of anxiety I'm feeling in school.
Yeah, thank you, Elliot. Now that we see the benefits the program can provide to students, we would like to hear from BBJC's Wellness Counsellor, Ms. Tan, to share about some limitations of this program.
Well, we understand that there are limitations to our classification model. The model runs the risk of overlooking students who wish, for example, to spend more time with their family. We are also fully aware that the initiative factors in a stigma of being labelled as an individual who requires welfare aid. Our students also come from a multitude of different cultural and family backgrounds. Hence, there will always be those who would choose to prioritize other aspects of life over academics.
So how about those students classified correctly? Are there any limitations regarding that?
Well, as you can see, several students may not actually feel high levels of stress, but are shortlisted as high priority due to the fact that they indicated stress, the lack of sleep, and an insufficient amount of leisure time. Several have also attended the program and felt that they do not actually need the aid.
Thank you, Ms. Tan. We have learned a lot about the BOOMS initiative from people around BBJC. We now have an exclusive interview with BBJC's principal, Dr. Tan, to share more about this initiative.
Thank you. Okay, so Big Boss Charlie has actually allocated more funds to those with the most at risk of stress. To identify those people for big risk, we further classified the high priority students based on the least amount of time spent on leisure. If 2 students are still tired, we prioritize the students with less sleep.
So at this point, you must be wondering why we chose to use these 2 criteria in the first place. So, for big risk category, we actually chose to use a greedy method to choose the most at-risk students among high-priority students. So a greedy method makes use of a simple rule to rank objects, in this case, our high-priority students. So why leisure and sleep? We think that having a balanced lifestyle is very important in order to manage our mental health well. As such, we decided to use leisure time since it is an indication of how much students are trying to alleviate their stress and balance their lives. As for the tiebreaker, we use the amount of sleep because, as we mentioned previously, students with less sleep tend to be more at risk. With that, let's get back to the program.
Great! BOOMS was a success at BBJC. Mental health is very important, and we urge all JCs and tertiary institutions around the island to embark on the BOOMS initiative. Dr. Tan, I heard you had some meditation techniques to share with the students.
So, this meditation technique will help students alleviate their stress during their studies. Okay, so I need you to stand up and do this with me. Okay, so first, both your hands curled in a fist, like that. Okay, make sure your thumbs are outside your fist. Okay, next, you're going to put your fist at your waist level. Yes, good, just like that. Alright, then this next part is very important. So you're going to shake left to right. Okay, left.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.